All right, guys, we're going to do another recovery session, this time for the treadmill participants. Being on the treadmill as opposed to the ergo, it's a bit easier, so I'm going to read out 3 lots of the sessions. I'm going to read out level 1, level 3, and level 4. So level 1, level 2, and level 4. So I'll read out level 1, level 2, and level 4. That's a fairly good mix. The highest number there in level 1 is to 9, and the highest number in level 4 is to 11. That's as the recovery session. If you're using the session as a full part of the program, you'll go into an extra step at the end, which will take you higher than that. But to do it as a recovery, you only have those 4 sets, and we'll get started pretty quickly. It's all straightforward, building in lots of 4, a little walk at the start of each one of those lots. So you'll get the feel for it. We'll start off in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we have 1 minute. Nice and light, gentle stroll. Number 6, everyone on number 6, starting on number 6. So reminder, I'm doing light levels 1, 2, and 4. So the first thing we are all doing is we're walking at level 6 for 1 minute. Those on level 1 will stay on level 6 in our move up. Those on level 2 and 4 will move to 8. In 30 seconds time, we have 1 minute of walking in between each set, remember? In 20 seconds. So in 15 seconds, those on level 1 stay where you are. Those on level 3 move to 8. Those on level 4 move to 8. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up to level 8 for 1 minute. Very, very easy session this is. It should be quite comfortable for all of you. Level 1's good for those coming back with a bit of injury, just want to start moving slightly. Level 4 is also good for those that can run okay, just want a nice easy one. Alright, so the next step up, those on level 1 go to 7. Those on level 2 stay on 8. Those on level 4 move to 8.5. In 20 seconds. Might have taken a bit of a challenge trying to read 3 different runs at once, but we'll get through it. Alright, in 10 seconds. And moving up in 5, 3, 2, 1. Up we go now. So those on level 1 are now on 7. Level 2 stay where you are. Level 4 to 8.5. For 1.5 minutes for our next step up. The session's all about recovery. A good session to do after a hard one the day before. Good session to do if you really just can't be bothered, you want to take it nice and easy. Or a good session to do adding the extra bit in at the end as per the program, and you get a really good workout. It takes you to 33.5 minutes all up, and it's slowly building. Coming up towards 3 minutes in, our next step up for 1.5 minutes. Those on level 1 will go to 7.5, 7.5. Those on level 2, 8.5. And those on level 4 will go to 9. So 7.5, 8.5, and 9. That's the next step. In 20 seconds. In 15. Getting ready to move up. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Up we all go now. Moving up. Level 1 should be on 7.5. Level 2 on 8.5. Level 4 on 9. Still nice and comfortable. We don't do a big warm up in this program. Don't need to. Pretty slow into it. Alright, 1 more minute, we move up again. Those on 1 go to 8. Those on 2 go to 8.5. Those on 4 go to 9.5. Not yet. Bit of time. Just getting comfortable. None of this session should be too hard. If it is, you've got to come down a level. All right, 30 seconds, we move up. Level 1 to 8, level 2, 8.5, level 4, 9.5. Moving up in 15. In 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Up we go now. I might be able to whack by a few seconds. My treadmill is not calibrated as well as a stopwatch. That's alright, doesn't matter. Not a lot different. Alright, this is the last little bit of the climb up in this set. Our next change is to a walk again. We'll all go to 6 for 1 minute after this. Move through it pretty quickly. Just stay relaxed, everyone. The old beer stubby from last night on the old is bouncing around a bit, making a rattling noise. I suppose you don't often see those on the side of a treadmill, but anyway, so be it. Works for me. Alrighty, so in 15 seconds we come back for our minute's walk to level 6. Moving back in 5, 3, 2, 1, and back to 6 for 1 minute. Just breathing in, trying to get relaxed. The next step up is a simple one. Those on level 1 go to 7. Those on level 2 to 7.5. Those on level 4 will go to 8.5. Next step up. You've probably worked it out now. It's moving in half a, what do you call it? Half a block each time. Quite straightforward. If you've got the sheet in front of you, it's really simple. Especially if you've done it once or twice, you'll work it out. All right, so let's get ready in 15 seconds. Those on 1 go to 7, those on 2, 7.5, and those on 4 will go to 8.5. In 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's move it up now. Into the second set. So we've got 1 minute at this pace. Then we move it up again to the 90-second brackets. So the next step up for those on 1 will go to 7.5, those on 2 will go to 8, and those on 4 will go to 9. I'm sure you've worked it out by now. Pretty straightforward. All right, 30 seconds to go. In 15. In 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Up you go now. So those on level 1 should now be at 7.5. Those on level 2 should be at 8. Those on level 4 should be at 9. Nice and relaxed still. Not labouring too much at all. Heart rate should be relatively comfortable. easy like this, it's easy to forget to breathe. Stay ahead of the pain curve, suck in the air now. Don't try and catch up later. So get relaxed, get the mouth open, get in breathing. Next step up comes in 30 seconds time. Those on level 1 will go to 8, those on level 2, 8.5. Those on 4 will go to 9.5. Next step up coming in 20 seconds. In 10 seconds. Getting ready to move up in 5, in 3, 2, 1. Up we go now. Notice my calibration's out by about 3 seconds, doesn't matter. For those of you OCD watching your screen in front of you, it's probably pissing you off. Don't worry about it. Minor drama. Alright, trying to get comfortable now. Moving up through the second set. The next 90 seconds is the top of this set, followed by the walk. And I'm sure you've worked out by now, you move up half a notch each time. Okay, coming through 11 minutes, means in 30 seconds we've got our next push up. So those on 1 will go to 8.5, those on 2 to 9, those on 4 will go to 10. Those on 4 will work out 10 to your steady state pace in the normal interval session. So you start to creep it up a little bit if you're on 4. Get ready in 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Up you go now. Alright. If you're on 1, you should be 8.5. If you're on 2, you should be 9. If you're on 4, you should be 10. Still very comfortable. For those on 4, this is your steady state pace in the interval session. Should be a tempo that you can just chug along feeling very comfortable. Heart rates in the mid 150s for me. Very pedestrian, very comfortable. Everyone has their own heart rate, let's not get too bogged down in that. Some will be a lot lower than that. How you feel is what's relevant. Monitoring heart rates though, so you should have a feel for where your comfort zone is. You should have a feel for what your top end is. You can follow the basic science of 220 less your age, but that's very basic. Doesn't work at all as you get older. Alright guys, we'll get ready for our 1 minute walk in 3, 2, 1, down we come to 6. Everyone to 6. 1 minute walk, everyone to 6. Take advantage of it. Part of the recovery, this is the whole point of the session. Getting the heart rates down, getting relaxed. 2 sets out of 4 down, halfway. It's not meant to be hard, so don't feel as though you're cheating here. It is a recovery session. Alright, next step. For those on level 1 will go to 7.5, those on 2 will go to 8, those on 4 will start at 9. Let's get ready in 15, in 10, and in 5, 3, 2, 1, up you go. Up you go. Alright, let's get back into it. Third stage. Those on level 1, 7.5, those on 2, 8, those on 4, 9. Little thing I like to do myself on the treadmill when you're moving up is always go to tick the auto button, the one higher, and then bring it down, not the other way around. So if I'm on 9, I click 10 and then I bring it down. Just speeds up the platform quicker. Whether it does or not, I don't know, but psychological trick if you want to call it that. Always do the harder section than the easier. So never cut the corners. $15 down. Moves easy. Well, we've missed the first call up. So those on 1 should move to 8 now, those on 2, 8.5, those on 4, 9.5. Let's move it up. Not a big drama, missed it by 10 seconds, who cares? Too busy chatting. Alright. So those on 1 should be on 8 now, those on 2, 8.5. Those on 4 should be on 9.5. Should still be comfortable. If you're starting to labour a bit, drop it down a level. If you're on 2 feeling uncomfortable, drop it down to 1. If you're on 4 feeling uncomfortable, drop it down. I want you to make sure you get the high end bits right though. They're not hard, they're not fast. For the recovery, you're picking the level you want based on what you would normally do your high-end work at. So if you normally do your high-end work at 12, that means you pick level 4. We don't go to 12 in this, it's a recovery session, but that was the level you pick. If your high-end works at 13, you pick level 6. If your high-end works at 8, you pick the base session. I haven't included that in this. A lot of walking in that one. And up we go again. 8.5 on 1, 9 on 2, 10 on 3. On 4, sorry, 10 on 4. Too much chatting again. Right, moved it up. 8.5 on 1, 9 on 2, 10 on 4. One more step up before the walk. We're chewing through the time, 17 minutes down. I put on the fancy shoes today, it's made it a damn sight easier than my session yesterday. The carbon plate thing does work, no doubts about that. Even the heart rate showing that. And I stupidly had a curry for lunch. Why you do that before a run, I've no idea. It's there, we'll eat it. Well, I don't even eat lunch. Alrighty, going along nicely. Let's get ready for the last push up in this set. So those on 1 will go to 9, those on 2, 9.5, those on 4 will go to 10.5. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Move it up now. Move it up now. Last push of the third set. On 1 you're on 9, on 2 9.5, on 4 10.5. After this is a 1 minute walk. Should be getting well into it now. Should be feeling comfortable. Should be relaxed. Should be at a tempo you can just keep going. Good work, guys. The next thing is the 1 minute walk. Alright, 19 minutes down. Yes, a reminder, I'm out of sync with the stopwatch by 5 seconds now. Doesn't matter, just roll with it. Who cares? Won't make any difference. Except if you're OCD.
And I've got two screens showing me different things, and that's annoying me. All right, 10 seconds to go before the walk. Get ready to come back to 6. In 3, 2, 1, 6. Back to 6 now. Back to 6. Got a minute. Let's recover before the last step up. So those on 1 will go to 7.5, those on 2, 8.5, and those on 4 will start at 9.5. So 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. Not yet. Still got 30 odd seconds. Warm in here. I can't have the fan on because it makes too much bloody noise. I'll turn that off actually. It's affecting the audio. Alright, let's get ready. 20 seconds to go. We're moving to the last step. Should be very comfortable now. 15 seconds to go. Remember what you've got to go to. 7.5 on 1, 8.5 on 2, 9.5 on 4. Getting ready in 5, 3, 2, 1, and up you go. So hopefully people went to the higher number, then brought it down, not up. Use it up quicker. At least it feels that way. Alright, starting off the last set now. How easy this is. 20 odd minutes are gone. Feeling comfortable. Could do this all day. Alright, we don't want to miss the step ups this time. So the next move for those on 1 will be to 8. For those on 2 will be to 9. And for those on 4 will be to 10. So 8, 9 and 10. Get ready in 15. 10 seconds. Moving up in 5, 3, 2, 1, and up we go now. So you should be on 8, level 1, 9, level 2, 10, level 4. Not long to go. Should still be very comfortable. No, I keep saying that, but you should be. If you're not, you need to come down a level. Good work. Chewing through the time now. 22.5 minutes. Next step up in 30 seconds time. Those on 1 go to 8.5. Those on 2, 9.5. Those on 4, 10.5. Let's get ready to move up in 20 seconds. Warming in. In 15. 10. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Up you go now. Up you go. Those on 1, 8.5. Those on 2, 9.5. Those on 4, 10.5. Only 3 minutes to go. It's all done. A 1 minute walk at the end to cool down. That's it. Heart rate's down to the low 140s now. So getting really comfortable. Less than a minute to go before our last 90 seconds. Remember to be breathing. So relax. Relax the face muscles, relax your shoulders. Keeping comfortable. Right, in 30 seconds we have our last 90 seconds. Those on level 1 will go to 9. Those on level 2 will go to 10. Those on level 4 will go to 11. As it's only the recovery session and you're on level 4, if you're feeling solid, you can go more than 11, that's fine. Just hold it for 90 seconds. So if you're feeling a bit pedestrian, you can push it. All right, let's get ready. And up we go. Now, we go. Last 90 seconds. 9 on 1, 10 on 2, 11 on 4. Move it up if you want to. Get a bit more comfortable. Let us stride out. So set those on 4. Move it up. Stretch out the legs. Go for a bit of stride. Feel a bit of comfort. Here's a recovery session, but 50 seconds to go before the 1 minute walk, and it's the end of it. Enjoy it. Only 30 seconds to go before our walk. Or 80 seconds to go before our walk. Five, 3, 2, 1. 6 all around, guys. 6 all around. Last minute. Cool down. Hands on the hips. Hands behind the head. Whatever you want to do. Breathe in the big ones. Let's get full recovery as quick as we can. Only a minute of this. Less than 30 seconds to go. So that was the recovery set on the treadmills. For those that want to turn it into a proper session, you add the 5th leg. It's all on the programs I've sent out. If you don't have a program, let me know. I'll send one to you. Pretty straightforward. But if you add the next bit on, makes for a good workout because the intensity goes up. Anyway, that's it. All done. All finished. Well done, guys. See you next time.